There are some massive upgrades we are going to get on the Galaxy Z Fold 6, from a new design to new and wider cover display, and one of the most important thing, the durability, which is getting a big turn on Galaxy Z Fold 6. If you guys don't know, then let's find out, but before that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The hinge on Z Fold 6 will make a big impact on durability of a Z Fold 6. Last year, Samsung removed the gap between the Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5 hinges, which helps it to keep the inner display safe from dust. They called it a flex hinge. This year, Samsung is working on even extensive version of flex hinge to prevent dust even more. Even though TM Brew already hinted towards the dust-proof foldables, but we are not there yet. According to the source, Samsung registered a trademark with the name Iron Flex, which is supposed to debut on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6. The name indicates we may see a better durability, but one thing to consider, there are chances we may see a dust proofing on the Z Fold 6 and Flip 6, but it is not confirmed yet. With the new hinge, we may see a more number of folds. Last year, Fold 5 came with a basic 200,000 folds, but it can last around 400,000. So we can expect more folds on the Z Fold 6. The design and display changes on Z Fold 6 means everything to the consumer. The most demanding thing from Samsung foldables is the new design for the cover display. It has to be wider. This is the first look of Galaxy Z Fold 6, which doesn't seem like anything changed. But according to the source, we are going to see a wider, sharper, brighter, and less reflective outer and inner displays. He mentioned a lot in this statement. Let me break it down for you. The wider means wider cover display, but as per sources, Fold 6 will going to feature a 6.2 inches cover display and a 7.6 inches inner display. Although from the numbers, there is no change between the Fold 6 and the Fold 5, maybe we will see a slightly wider and slightly shorter display. The brighter display is what Fold 6 will get from S24 Ultra. We got 2600 nits on S24 and we will see the same number on Z Fold 6 compared to the 1750 nits. The less reflective displays are what I was expecting, and you should expect it too. The cover display will going to feature an anti-reflective coating, same as S24 Ultra, but how Samsung managed to create a less reflective inner display, that will be a mystery and a new technology that might debut on the Z Fold 6. Alongside displays, Samsung will also going to give us a new glass on the front, Gorilla Glass Armor on the front. This new glass is 4 times scratch resistant compared to the Victus 2. Along with this, a source claims we are going to see a new frame on Z Fold 6. Well, it's certainly either a boxier design or he's indicating towards a new titanium build on Z Fold 6, and titanium build on Z Fold 6 is already expected. He also mentioned a new and lighter hinge. The hinge is surely getting an update, but will this make a big impact on the weight of a phone? As Z Fold 6 will be thinner as per rumors, which helps it to reduce the weight. Source claims between 240 to 248 grams, less than Z Fold 5. The battery and the storage options are getting an update. The battery size will be increased by 5%, which ends up giving us 4600 mAh compared to 4400. Will this make a big impact in the battery life? Maybe, but not much. Although as I said in my previous videos, Samsung has to give us a bigger vapor chambers to manage the heat from Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, just like what they did with the S24 Ultra. Seems like I was right. Samsung will going to give us a bigger cooling system on Z Fold 6. This thing is much needed to control the heating issues. Meanwhile, it is expected we may see a new storage configuration. 1 TB with 16 gigs of RAM. So the base model will going to feature 12 gigs with a 256 gigs of storage, and the top tier model might feature a 16 gigs. Remember, if Samsung focused on cost-cutting strategies, then there is no hope for 16 gigs. They did the same with the S24 Ultra at the last moment. This year, Samsung is also working on budget foldable phone, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 FE, and there are a bunch of things you should know, but the price on the Z Fold 6 FE is just mind-blowing. According to the recent rumors about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 FE, they claimed big. The biggest of all is the price for Z Fold 6 FE. Before it was expected, we may see the price less than $1,500, but the recent report indicates a price close to $800, even less than half of the price of a Galaxy Z Fold 5, which was at $1,799. This shocked everyone who are looking to buy the Galaxy Z Fold 6, but we are going to see some big compromises on the Z Fold 6 FE. First, the display technology on the Z Fold 6 FE will be older than the higher end model. Also, the design of the Z Fold 6 FE will look exactly same as Fold 5 from last year. The durability is the biggest concern for the Z Fold 6 FE. We could hope Samsung will do some measures for durability, since if they are decreasing the price, they might use the older hinge on the Z Fold 6 FE. Second, there is no support for S Pen. Yes, Galaxy Z Fold 6 FE will be the first foldable phone after Galaxy Z Fold 3 which will not support an S Pen. Not only this, Samsung will going to add less powerful processor on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 FE. Either it will be older Snapdragon processor or a budget processor, or Samsung might use the in-house chipset Exynos processor on a Z Fold 6 FE, which I think will not be a good idea for a foldable phone. The battery will be smaller on the Z Fold 6 FE. I don't know how smaller will it be. It is already smaller at 4400 mAh. Let's stick with the same battery, because if it's smaller than 4400, the battery life will be worst on the Z Fold 6 FE. There's one thing which will left unchanged on Z Fold 6 FE. The cameras on Z Fold 6 FE will be same as Z Fold 6. We are going to see the same 50 megapixel sensor on the Z Fold 6 FE and same triple camera setup on the Z Fold 6 FE. The only thing which is left unchanged. The aggressive pricing on the Z Fold 6 FE is there for a reason. Samsung is dropping the market share in the foldable world from 66.4% to 60.4%, and it is expected it may even drop more in the second half, which is a big challenge. This makes Samsung to go with a budget foldable and go mainstream with the foldable phones. Talking about the performance, as we all know, Z Fold 6 will going to feature a same processor as S24 Ultra, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and keep in mind, it is not as efficient as it should be compared to the previous generation. That's the reason I was talking about the marginal difference in battery life. If Samsung increased the battery size on the Z Fold 6, also the charging speed matters. Although Samsung supplier for charging ports do support 65W fast charger, but Z Fold 6 is getting into production, indicating Z Fold 6 will going to feature a same 45W fast charger. Now this indicates there is no Ultra model coming this year. Instead, Samsung might add these upgrades in the Z Fold 6 and increase the price on it. It is already confirmed Samsung will going to increase the price on the Z Fold 6. The release date will also be different as per tradition. They will launch Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6 along with other products in July. Some suggest a middle to late July, but it will be earlier than last year. The Fold 6 FE release date is not confirmed, but I believe they will launch this device after the launch of a Z Fold 6. Maybe we will not see this model in the coming event. On this note, if you find value from this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.